y'all. George W. here. Welcome to the White House Christmas party. I'd offer you some rum and eggnog, but the twins got into it, and all I got left is the nog. I love the Yuletide season. It gives me the chance to do the one thing I haven't done all year, read a book. I'd like to share with you the classic Christmas tale my Big Daddy Bush used to read to me. It's a story about peace and happiness and goodwill to all men. 'Twas the night before the invasion, and all through Iraq, not a terrorist was stirring, which means surprise attack. Woo-wee, I love this story. The bombs were all hung in the bunkers with care, in hopes the UN inspectors would not go there. When out on the desert arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed, having lost control of my bladder. It happens to big people too, you know. When what to my eyes appeared ready to strike but a crazy dictator and his 8 goofy lookalikes. The mustachioed monster was so evil and vain, in a moment I knew it must be Saddam Hussein. He was sneaky and shifty with a slimy demeanor. He moved like a man, but acted like a wiener. He said he didn't have them, but I knew that he did. Weapons of mass destruction hidden in his crib. Then he ran to his compound and boarded his door, because he knew I had no choice but to start a world war. And he heard me explain as I let out a yell, "Merry Christmas, Saddam," and then I nuked him to hell.
George W., come and get your Christmas pretzel before it gets cold.
Pretzel, woo-wee. I gotta go, kids. Merry Christmas, and God help America.
What a moron.
From the Chicken Cannon News Center, this is Chicken Cannon News.
Greetings, civilians. I'm Colonel Stacy. Some of my close friends call me Teresa. My close friends. According to the Auditor General, Allen Rock's gun registry that was originally predicted to cost $2 million will now cost $1 billion. The good news is the government knows who spent the money. The bad news is they still don't know who has the guns. Manufacturing giant Irwin Toys has filed for bankruptcy protection. In a related story, Irwin Toys' Slinky was seen applying for welfare. Ralph Klein is going to New York this weekend to convince Wall Street not to support Kyoto. He'll also appear on the Letterman Show to do stupid premier tricks. Toronto Mayor Mel Lastman. In other news, National Defense Minister John McCallum has sworn off drinking after being barred from boarding an Air Canada flight because he was intoxicated. The minister apparently had forgotten you're only allowed to get drunk after you get on the plane. This month, the candidates for the new Democratic Party leadership are staging a special seasonal play, I'm Dreaming of an NDP Government. Political analysts say a more appropriate title would be Miracle on 34th Street. Rogers Cable and Bell Expressview are urging the CRTC to crack down on Canadians who steal U.S. satellite TV signals. Rogers and Bell say if anyone is going to do any robbing, it'll be them. In response, the government plans to hack into illegal systems and interrupt the signal. Here is an example.
Tonight on Playboy, the hottest event of the year, the all-naked
House of Commons question period.
If that doesn't make you want to give up your illegal dish, I don't know what will. Financial analysts feel the Nortel rally is over. I didn't know it had one. Analysts also feel Nortel has actually created jobs. Everyone who has Nortel stock in his RSP now has to work till age 75. In California, wine enemas are becoming more and more popular. Police are troubled by this fad. They especially dread the thought of administering a breathalyzer. In Greece, the army has detonated a bomb left over from World War II. Olympic organizers say it was a win-win situation. The army got rid of a bomb, and now they don't have to dig a hole for the diving pool. It's time now to salute our Chicken Cannon Newsmaker of the Week. To choose a fair and impartial target, we of course use the Wheel of Chicken. And our targets are Defense Minister John McCallum for making Art Eggleton look good. Art Eggleton for being Art Eggleton. Alan Rock for being a billion-dollar boondoggle bozo. Ralph Klein for trying to make the country's air dirtier. Mel Lastman for being the joke that just keeps on giving. Shania Twain for not answering my fan letter. And our target of the week is Ralph Klein. A man who doesn't want the future of our planet to get in the way of oil company profits. Load cannon Dolores, our ammunition, oil sand sludge, hamburger, Alberta beef, smokestack residue, a putt from an Oilers home game, SUV emissions, a generous helping of cream of wheat, the breakfast of cowboys, and to top it off, whipped cream. And a maraschino cherry. And when ready, fire! Oh, look, Ralph has shared his award with the other nominees. Just a reminder, vigilant viewers, we need your nominations for Target of the Year. Log on to our website at airfarce.com or voicemail 416-205-2155 and then tune into the Year of the Farce special at 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve. You could win this new video, Another Year of the Farce. The Chicken Cannon, where we guarantee more bang for your tax buck.
It's shaved.
What's that?
That seat is shaved. Move on, Grandpa.
Millie, you were saving it for me, you senile old crone.
Where were you? I've been freezing my buns off.
And cute little buns they are.
Oh, Bernie, please. You're making me sick.
I was watching the news, Millie. Another bomb went off in the Middle East.
What is wrong with those people from New Brunswick? You know who I blame?
Peter Mansbridge?
Damn straight. If he didn't report those stories, we wouldn't be worrying about them.
It's true.
Excuse me, have we met?
Well, I don't know. Who am I?
Stop with the jokes, Hazel. You'll make me rupture another spleen.
Well, I see Bush is turning up the heat on Iraq.
Oh, I hear in Iraq they torture people with acid baths and electric shocks and tongue amputation.
It's still better than living in Saskatoon.
Did you hear they found a couple of Spanish galleons off the coast of Cape Breton?
Oh, I hate the Spanish. They're nothing but dirty, disgusting slime balls.
Bernie, that oil spill wasn't their fault.
Well, whose fault was it?
Peter
Peter
Mansbridge. Millie blames everything on Peter Mansbridge.
Well, you can't trust a man who doesn't have hair.
Now, you know who I hate? It's the young offenders. Oh, sure, they rob and they steal and they attempt to murder people, but you can't print their names because it might ruin their life when they get older.
I say round up all the little buggers and send them to Spain. There's a big campaign to get Hezbollah on the terrorist list.
Oh, well, that's just not kosher. Hezbollah's a wonderful group. In fact, I go to their bazaar every year.
You want a real terrorist group? Hamas.
Hamas. That stuff tastes like salmon puke.
It's not bad on toast, though.
Do you know who should be on the terrorist list? Those people who phone you at supper time and try to sell you tickets to the circus.
I hate the circus. There is nothing worse than the circus, except the Spanish circus. Oh, I really hate the Spanish circus. Those greasy little midget acrobats. Oh.
And you know who you have to blame for the Spanish circus?
Peter Mansbridge.
Straight.
Christmas is my most favorite hollow day in the year.
You get to spend quality time with your family.
I get to get all these great suck-up presents from my caucus.
Jean, you've got a lot of gifts from all kinds of different people this year.
For sure. Did I show you the strange gift I got when I visited the university last week? It is a T-shirt that say, Camp You Screw.
Jean, that's campus crew.
My point exactly.
Oh, come on, help me write out Christmas cards.
Well, why not? It's not like I've got anything better to do. Who is first?
A former communication director, Francois Ducrot.
Next.
Queen Elizabeth?
Okay, let me see. Merry Christmas, Queenie. Sorry, Manly is such a weenie.
Former Solicitor General Lawrence Macaulay?
Oh. Season greeting, Lawrence. If you ever needs a friend, call Dr. Phil.
Governor General Clarkson.
Make like Christmas dinner and get stuffed.
Jean, do you really want me to say that?
Sure, just signs it Paul Martin. Who is next?
Ralph Klein?
May you take your Alberta emissions and shove them up your gas hole.
Next is Stephen Harper.
Joyeux Noël et bonne heureuse année. French always work on those alliance guy.
And finally, Joe Clark.
Oh. Happy holidays and enjoy your Christmas turkey. Oh, no, make that. Enjoy your Christmas turkey.
CTV News with Lloyd Robertson.
Good evening. The Romano Report on healthcare in Canada continues to make news. With the proposed infusion of billions of dollars into provincial coffers, people in New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Saskatchewan can get sick again. In a related story, there's been an incredible discovery in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. Archaeologists have uncovered a hieroglyph that reveals the ancient civilization enjoyed an extensive system of healthcare. Joining me from the location is the head of the dig, Dr. Elban Stillwart.
Greetings, Lloyd, or as we say here in Egypt, hot enough for you?
Dr. Stillwart,
Yes.
Tell us about your discovery.
Lloyd, as you know, we've been excavating in the Valley of the Kings for over 100 years, and frankly, we've run out of kings. We had to move on to the Valley of the Queens. Not sure what we'll find there. But in our dig last week, we unearthed this incredible document.
What does it say?
no treatment without proper health card. Lloyd, this document clearly proves there was a medical system here 3,500 years ago.
Was anything else found at the site?
Yes, a 3,600-year-old copy of National Geographic.
Have you learned anything else about this ancient civilization?
Oh, yes, well, they enjoyed a sense of humor.
And how do you know that?
Oh, well, we found this. Oh, sorry. Roughly translated, it says, "Don't come a-knockin' if this pyramid's a rockin'." Oh, those wacky sun worshippers.
So you're painting a picture of a very sophisticated society.
Oh, yes. Lloyd, we found all kinds of interesting artifacts. For instance, the tomb next door is covered with sayings like "Pharaohs do it better," "Honk if you love raw," and "Cleopatra has a nice ass."
Thank you for this fascinating report, Dr. Wartface.
Still Wart.
Whatever. For CTV News, I'm Lloyd Robertson, Canada's most ancient newscaster.
Dr. Stillwart.
Always right, with Canada's hard-hitting, nationally syndicated broadcaster, Les Morley.
The show is always right. I'm Les Morley, and I'm here to set the record straight. U.S.-Canada relations. Now, Canada is viewed inside the Bush White House as a minor irritation, much like a boil on the backside of North America's most powerful nation. Canada is perceived as having no credibility. I can't imagine why.
No, a proof is a proof. What kind of a proof? It's a proof. A proof is a proof. And when you have a good proof, it's because it's proven.
So the U.S. sees Canada as a little child who whines when it doesn't get its own way. Well, wake up, Uncle Sam. This is Canada, not the United States. We are different countries. In Canada, we say, "How's it going, eh?" In the U.S., they say, "Give me your watch and wallet." In the U.S., they have overbearing, ultra-conservative political fanatics like blowhard Pat Buchanan. In Canada, we have Dudley the Dragon. In the U.S., they think it's okay to bomb Iraq. In Canada, we believe it's okay to get bombed and talk about Iraq. White House aides have nicknamed our Prime Minister Dino, as in dinosaur, which I guess makes John Manley the little elephant on wheels that Wilma used to use for a vacuum cleaner. Our Chrétien is the only leader of a major U.S. ally who hasn't been invited to stay at the White House, the Blair House, or the Bush Ranch in Texas. Even Bono has stayed at the Bush Ranch. Chrétien is viewed with benign neglect. As long as he represents Canada to the U.S., we're not worth the effort, so America leaves us alone. I say Chrétien forever. That's my opinion. I'm Les Morley. And you know, I'm always right.
Hello, I'm Roy Romano. Look around. These are the tools of the trade of our healthcare system. This heart monitor. This IV. And this. I'm not sure what this does, and I hope I never find out. Now is the right time for change, as I have outlined in my report, The Future of Our Healthcare System. Recommendations in this report are being seriously considered by the government under Prime Minister Chrétien. I recommend $15 billion in extra funding going to home care, prescription drugs, and hospital equipment. Last time, money allocated to this area was wasted on items like lawnmowers. This time, I will personally make sure that the money is used properly for essential equipment like snowblowers. I also made some further recommendations to Prime Minister Chrétien. I'm urging specific funding so all hospitals may be fitted with the latest Marie machines. MRI machines. Now, some criticize my report for not providing for one more doctor or nurse. Not a problem. I'm also recommending in future all operations be self-serve. After presenting my report to Mr. Chrétien, I've heard from my critics. Ralph Klein has said, we don't need someone to tell us how to spend our healthcare dollars. I welcome Mr. Klein and his constructive input. Something very dear to my heart is home care. I recommend a progressive plan that will allow older people and those just released from hospital to live at home and lie in their own waste, while once a week a healthcare facilitator will come by with a shovel and make sure their cats haven't eaten them. Many people say, Roy, show me the money. I have a plan that will ease our healthcare debt load. Corporate sponsorship for hospitals, just like GM Place in sports. In the near future, patients will receive the finest care money can buy at Burger King General Hospital, the Gap Hernia Clinic, the Silly Putty Plastic Surgery Center, Roto-Rooter Colonoscopy Outlet, the Shop Vat Liposuction Clinic, at the Clapper Migraine Center. Well, that about summarizes my report. I hope you like it. The next move is up to Prime Minister Chrétien. Chrétien.